India made history in 2019 when it successfully demonstrated its anti-satellite weapon capability through mission Shakti, marking a significant milestone in the nation's growing prowess in space and missile defense technology. As we step into 2025, it's clear that this achievement was not a one-off stunt but part of a broader, more strategic development in India's defense landscape. Today on Motor Authority India, we're diving into one of the most impactful missile technologies developed by the Defence Research and Development Organisation, India's anti-satellite missile. We're going beyond the headlines to explore what this weapon is, how it works, the importance of Mission Shakti, and what it means for India's future in space and strategic defense. Anti-satellite weapons, or ASATs, are designed to destroy satellites for strategic military purposes. These weapons can be kinetic, meaning they physically collide with and destroy their target, or non-kinetic, relying on cyber attacks or directed energy. India's ASAT test in 2019 was of the kinetic variety. The missile used was a modified interceptor from the Indian Ballistic Missile Defense (BMD) program, and it struck down a live satellite in low Earth orbit with surgical precision. Mission Shakti was executed by DRDO in partnership with the Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO. The target satellite, Microsat-R, was launched into orbit specifically for this mission. Within just a few minutes of launch, the ASAT missile zeroed in on its target and destroyed it at an altitude of about 300 kilometers. This kept the debris low enough that it would re-enter the atmosphere and burn up, minimizing space pollution. Now, in 2025, India's ASAT capabilities have been quietly evolving. The DRDO hasn't officially confirmed any additional tests since Mission Shakti, but multiple indicators suggest that the program has been refined and enhanced. Sources indicate that India may now possess the ability to target satellites in higher orbits, including medium Earth orbit, MEO, and possibly even geostationary orbit, GEO, which houses critical communication and surveillance satellites. One key development is believed to be the improvement of sensor technologies and tracking capabilities. The Indian missile defense radar infrastructure has been enhanced to detect and lock onto smaller objects at much higher altitudes. This suggests a significant leap in India's space situational awareness, a critical component for any country aiming to operate in the anti-satellite arena. The vehicle used in Mission Shakti was a three-stage missile system. It leveraged the kinetic kill vehicle technology, essentially a warhead that uses the energy of impact rather than an explosive to destroy its target. This method is not only precise but also limits unnecessary debris and collateral damage in space. It's been reported that the newer variants of this missile have undergone propulsion upgrades, potentially extending their range and reducing interception time. What's important to understand is that ASAT technology is not just about military bravado. It's about deterrence. Satellites are critical to modern warfare as they enable GPS navigation, surveillance, communications, and early missile warning. If a nation's satellite network can be threatened or taken out, it effectively blinds and deafens its forces. India's ASAT capability signals to adversaries that any aggression in space will not go unanswered. In the context of South Asia, this development dramatically shifts the balance of power. India is now the fourth country in the world to demonstrate this kind of capability, joining the ranks of the United States, Russia, and China. Each of these nations has tested ASAT weapons, but the geopolitical implications vary. For India, the message was clear: we have arrived, not just on Earth, but in space. Let's talk about the technological leap. DRDO's Precision Tracking Radar, PTR, and Multi-Object Tracking Radar, MOTR, were instrumental in guiding the ASAT missile. Over the past few years, Reports suggest DRDO has enhanced its indigenous radar technology to handle faster and smaller objects, which will be crucial if the system is ever tasked with intercepting more agile or lower signature targets. Moreover, India's collaboration with ISRO has never been stronger. ISRO provides the orbital intelligence necessary for planning missions like this, tracking satellite paths, calculating impact trajectories, and simulating potential debris fallout. Together, these agencies ensure that India's space dominance is both functional and responsible. Space debris is a major concern when it comes to kinetic ASAT strikes. Mission Shakti was specifically designed to minimize this risk by targeting a satellite in low Earth orbit at a lower altitude. DRDO tracked the debris post-impact and confirmed that most of it burned up upon re-entry within a few weeks. This level of planning and care helped India avoid international criticism that has been directed at other nations, particularly after China's 2007 ASAT test, which created a persistent cloud of orbital debris. India's approach to ASAT technology remains cautious but firm. The Ministry of External Affairs has reiterated that India does not intend to weaponize space but retains the right to defend its space-based assets. In today's environment where satellites play a crucial role in both peacetime and wartime operations, that right is not just strategic, it's essential. As of 2025, there's speculation about the development of a second-generation ASAT missile. While no official test has been publicly announced, defense analysts believe DRDO is working on a version with multiple kill vehicles, MKV, that can target more than one object in space during a single mission. This would be a game-changing development, placing India further ahead in the global defense tech race. There's also increasing interest in non-kinetic ASAT methods. Electronic warfare, cyber attacks, and even directed energy weapons like lasers are being explored worldwide. India's research institutions have begun pilot projects into these areas, although they remain in the classified realm for now. If successful, these systems would provide India with a range of options to disable or jam satellites without creating debris. Another aspect often overlooked is how India's ASAT capability integrates with its broader missile defense architecture. The same technologies used to intercept incoming ballistic missiles are being adapted for space warfare. This dual-use nature ensures that investments in defense technology have wider applications and make the most of taxpayer funding. From an engineering standpoint, building an ASAT missile is no small feat. It demands breakthroughs in propulsion, guidance, tracking, and real-time computing. DRDO's work in this field showcases the maturity of India's indigenous defense R&D, particularly considering the international sanctions and technology denials the country faced for decades. To wrap it up, India's ASAT missile program, publicly unveiled with Mission Shakti in 2019, has proven to be a defining moment for the nation's strategic capabilities. In 2025, this program is not only alive but quietly evolving. As more countries vie for dominance in space, India has positioned itself as a serious player with the ability to defend its assets and deter aggression in orbit. For ASAT Motor Authority India, covering this story isn't just about missiles and space, it's about showcasing how technology, policy, and strategy converge to protect national interests in a new frontier. Stay tuned as we continue to bring you stories from the cutting edge of India's defense and aerospace evolution. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth coverage on defense tech, strategic systems, and everything in between. See you in the next one.